If we ask you to think about the word flight, what would come to your mind? Planes? Drones? I'm sure most modern city dwellers first think of objects associated with technology in relation to flight. Let me take you to a land not very far away where flying has a different connotation. To Langkawi, an archipelago of 99 islands, an entire island chain that has been designated as a UNESCO geopark. The islands are dotted with towering rocky cliffs, hidden lakes, caves, pools and deep jungles. All these hide the wondrous fauna, some fuzzy, others feathery, some shy, others that are bold. The rainforests of Southeast Asia, with its tall emergent trees and bare exposed trunks, were the perfect laboratory for the evolution of flight. Join me, Irshad Mobarak, as I take you around my island home to the natural wonders of the island of Langkawi. When I think of flight, I think of Langkawi's Flying 5. Let us begin our journey with a trip to Pulau Dangli, an uninhabited island in the archipelago that is home to the flying foxes. The Megachiroptera, or also known as fruit bats, are the largest species of bats in the world. They have fox-like faces and hence are popularly called flying foxes. We have here a colony of over 2,000 fruit bats of various sizes, some of which are sitting higher up on the trees while others are lower down. And there's a hierarchy here because in the social order of fruit bats, the higher up you are in their social order, the choicest parts of the tree you get to pick. They're noisy, you can smell them, and look, they're even mating. And that's a good thing to do right now because we are at the threshold of the fruiting season here on the island. And this is the best time to have their babies. Their babies will arrive in time of the season of plenty. Plenty of food for mom, plenty of food for the babies. They feed primarily on flowers and fruit, and sometimes considered pests, but they're also useful plant pollinators, especially for the king of fruits, the durian. Flying foxes are one of the main tourist attractions for naturalists in this part of Langkawi. We are back on the main island. Let me introduce you to the flying squirrels. The red giant flying squirrel is the largest of the flying squirrels and can measure as large as 85 centimeters, and it can fly. I've heard reports of it being able to cover distances of 400 meters in a single flight from the top of a hill across a valley. I recall some years ago I had to hand raise an abandoned baby red giant flying squirrel. It would be about 6 months, feeding it fruit, taking it out on evening journeys. It would leave, it would return, and I was most relieved after 6 months. I decided that was good enough, and some days I hope to see him out there in the wild. I would like to now show you another flying species famous on Langkawi. The flying lizard. These lizards are also known as draco or flying dragons. When they open their mouth, we can see the colors inside. You can sometimes see yellow or orange. Let me try to show you a bit more about this fascinating creature. Meet my friend Osman. He will help us find a draco. Here's another fabulous flying animal. What do you have in your hands, Osman?
I have a flying lizard of Langkawi. Scientific name is Draco volans, and I just got it on that tree because now is the best time for the Draco to find termites or ants. Yeah, and once I get, you can see.
Yes, if you look carefully, what it has here are ribs that come out of its abdomen that then allows the animal its gliding ability. And if you look underneath the neck there, it has what is called a gula flag or throat flag that in this case is yellow and blue, which means when it opens its mouth, it gives the impression of flames coming out. So perhaps these are where legends of fire-breathing flying dragons come from. Let's meet another fascinating creature, the colugo. It is the world's only flying primate. And what is a primate, you might ask? Take a look at this animal, another one of our fabulous flying five, the colugo. In 1758, Linnaeus, the father of taxonomy, suggested it was a primate. But between the 1800s into the 1900s, science debated this and suggested it's a new animal to science. And though they created the order Dermaptera, meaning skinned-winged, but in 2002, 2005, and 2007, Arneson, Miller, and Murphy, genetic evolutionists, suggest Linnaeus was right. It's a primate again. So what you have here is the world's only flying primate. Colugos are nocturnal animals. There are a lot of gaps in our understanding of these animals, even its eating habits. We are so lucky today because we have 6 individual colugos on this single tree, and it's feeding tonight on the shoots of this fig tree. Let us end our journey by meeting the last of our flying fives, the flying snakes. paradise tree snake is one of the 2 species of flying snakes found on the island of Langkawi. It is a beautiful snake, and I would like to show you some of its unique characteristics. The paradise tree snake is the most beautiful snake. Look at the colors on it. It can grow to a length of 1.20 meters. It will climb up these trees, go to the end of a branch, coil back, and spring out. And while in the air, it will open its ribs, the entire length of its body, and will glide effortlessly between our trees. These creatures that are unique in their own right, they are not very famous, but they hold a special place in the natural world. For these creatures, flying is a necessity to survive in the dense forestation of Langkawi. The Flying Five are unique to Langkawi, just as the Big Five are what people go to see in Africa. This island is an adventure lover's paradise, and I am glad to call it my home.